Before we begin, let us take a moment to bring our hands together in veneration, the perfect teacher, he who found the answer to all the sufferings in all living beings. He is the father of wisdom. He is the teacher. He is the guidance, master to all humanity. Let us bring our hands together in veneration, the Supreme Buddha. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. With the permission from the Most Venerable Bhante 𝗂𝗏𝗁 𝐶𝐀 and my dear friends, thank you very much for inviting me to address this gathering, and thank you very much for organizing this event. And I'm honored to have you all here. You know why? Do you know why that I'm honored to have you all here? Because you all are human beings. And you all are human beings, then you have an understanding that you have to listen to the Dhamma. You have an understanding that you will have to listen to the Dhamma to understand the Dhamma, because this is the life that you are spending as a human being, and this is very rarest opportunity that you have. Not many people can understand about this, because nobody knows why we all are human beings. Ladies and gentlemen, think about when you were born. You were born as a human being, and after you were born, you started living your life according to the way that your mom and your dad and all the people that you met, they told you what to do and what not to do. But ladies and gentlemen, there's something wrong here. There's something problem here. But we didn't know that we have a problem. We didn't have an idea that we have something wrong in our lives. That's why nobody knows what is the true purpose of human life. That's why people are doing so many things, ladies and gentlemen, so many things in their lives, but at the end, it does not even matter. You remember that there's a song, I've tried so hard and got so far, but in the end, it does not even matter. I have met so many people in different walks of life, at different ages. But truth be told, ladies and gentlemen, throughout my life, I never saw a person. I rarely found people who really taking the advantage of human life. Don't worry, I'm not blaming you, because nobody knows it. Everybody has to face this, but nobody knows it. I can see there are human beings. Are you all human beings? Can you understand me? Right? Okay, then you are a human being. I want you to think about, throughout this session, don't only listen to this sermon. You have to reflect, you have to apply, you have to apply with your life experiences what I am telling to you. Because then and then only you can enter to the Buddha's wisdom. Buddha's wisdom is completely opposite to our wisdom. Buddha's nature is not the Mara's nature. Buddha's nature is not the Mara's nature, ladies and gentlemen. We all know the Mara's nature. We don't know the Buddha's nature. We can try to understand what Buddha has explained through books. But even though when you're reading books, you won't be able to find out, you won't be able to grasp what Buddha meant, because you need to have a teacher. By getting to robe, what I got, the most precious gift that I got is a teacher. Because of teachers, I've come so far. Otherwise, I can't. All what I can understand right now, all what I can feel from bottom of my heart is thanks to my teachers. It's not because of that I understood these things. No, ladies and gentlemen, the more I go forward, the more I delve into this deep, deep concept in the Dhamma, the more I realize, I feel Buddha is Buddha. Nobody else can find it out by themselves. That's why, so throughout this session, you have to be very active. Don't worry, I'm not going to ask questions. Right? You have to do active listening. What does that mean? Active listening means, don't worry, I'm not going to afraid you. I'm not going to ask any questions. But you have to do active listening. That means you have to reflect what the concept that I want to convey to you with your life experiences. You have to apply it, you have to reflect it, and then you can actually, when you apply, when you reflect, that is the path, that is the way to realize what Buddha found. It's not only listening. Listening transfers the knowledge, ladies and gentlemen. But reflection and resonating with the teacher's mind is the way to transfer the wisdom. Wisdom can be only understood by following a teacher. Because Buddha did the hard part. What? He found it. So after Thomas Alva Edison invented the light bulb, do we have to invent it again, or we go to Mitre 10 and buy it? We go to Mitre 10, you purchase it, you don't have to invent it again. Likewise, Buddha found this world's truth. Buddha found the nature of nature, ladies and gentlemen. That is not the way that we believe. That is not the way that our perspective that we hold is completely opposite to the Buddha's perspective. That's why we can't understand what's going on. That's why throughout your life, you have been trying to come out from your mental vexation using different techniques. So many techniques. Are you completed that job, or still you are doing it? Bhante, I'm still looking for my happiness. After 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, 60 years, still what you are doing? Are you happy? Not happy, but to be happy. You're always you're searching for happiness. You're looking for happiness. You're not experiencing happiness because the moment that you experience happiness, that is only that moment that you experience happiness. And after that, what happens? It withers away. And then you have to take it again. You have to do something again and again and again to make you happy. You can come forward, madam. Right. Now this is the thing. Throughout this session, you have to apply the Dhamma with your life experience. This is some kind of meditation. If you can't apply this Dhamma, then you won't be able to realize, you won't be able to see eye to eye with me. If you can see eye to eye with me, then you will understand what is the nature. What is the true nature of nature? Nature of nature is completely different to your nature. That's why, ladies and gentlemen, we all experiences. Sorry? Okay? Yeah. That's why, ladies and gentlemen, we all experience what? Stress, anxiety, depression. Don't you feel fear? Hands up. No, don't worry. Don't you feel fear?
Yes.
Grief? Say yes or no.
Yes.
Don't you feel anger?
Yes.
Don't you feel... do you annoy with people? Annoy? Sometimes some people, I annoy that one. I like that one. I like the way he speaks, but I don't like the way he looks. You have preferences. And you have... you have grief. Have you grieved about things? Cravings? Don't you want to come out of these things? Do you think that is normal to feel stress? Scientists and everybody says small amount of stress is okay. In order to have a good life, you need to have some stress. I'm not talking about the stress here. I'm talking about that mental pressure that builds in the mind. That is not normal, ladies and gentlemen. But you feel that is normal. Because everybody feels it, so I should feel it at the same way. If everybody is crazy, then you also what? Crazy, but the thing is, you don't know that you have this problem. Can we all come to an agreement that Buddha and all the Arihatun Hanses, the great Arihatans that lived back then, they haven't feel any fear, any anger, any stress, any negative emotions?
Yes.
Can we all come to that agreement? They didn't feel fear after they attained Nibbana. Okay? You accept it. Okay. Then it's good. Then I can move forward. Because I want to show you something, ladies and gentlemen. Because the moment you feel stress, we can...
Being in affliction, one can attain Nibbana. But if he separates the affliction and vexation, the whole equation changes. So Buddha, in his wisdom, he said, being in vexation, being in affliction, I am in Nibbana. So that aspect I would love you to clarify that at some stage. Sorry, please continue.
Yeah. So, the point here is, ladies and gentlemen, that this is the enlightened one. Enlightened one does not experience fear. So I can write down mental pressure. Right? This is you. Good? Sorry about my scribbles. Do you experience mental pressure?
Yes.
That means this is true for you. What is the difference between this state and this state? This is very simple. You just have to understand. You just have to point. You just have to catch this point. What is the difference between this point and this and this?
Fear.
Yes, fear, grief, anger is there. It's not there here, right? What are the difference of enlightened person and the you? Because you haven't come to realization. Let's say realization. Realization is there? Yes. Here? No. Then tell me, what is the root cause of mental pressure?
Non-realization.
That means, ladies and gentlemen, root cause of mental pressure is what? Ignorance.
Unconsciousness.
Ignorance about consciousness. You are not aware about the awareness. At a particular moment, your consciousness, at a particular moment, you are not aware. Do you understand what my point? At that particular moment, because you have mental pressure, because that particular moment you are ignorant about that moment. But at a particular moment, the enlightened one does not experience any mental pressure because he is enlightened. That means he has come to realization. That means he is not ignorant. Do you understand this?
Yes.
Right. Then what is the cause of mental pressure? Ignorance. Why are you suffering? No, he scolded me. Why do you feel upset? Because I want that thing but I didn't get that thing. This is very common to you. Why you look upset? Because I want to have a cake, nobody gave me a cake. Why do you feel angry? Because my mom passed away. Why do you feel stressed? Because I have an exam tomorrow. Why are you anxious? Because you know that my car met with an accident. Why are you sad? My uncle passed away. These are the answers that you give, isn't it? Are you giving the right answer or are you giving the wrong answer? Because why? The answer should be, why do you upset? I have ignorance, no. Why do you suffer? Because of ignorance. Why you get angry? Because of ignorance. Why do you anxious? Why do you feel sad? Because of ignorance.
But Bhante, when you know that you are ignorant, there is no ignorance.
Yes. Yes, here I am coming to. Now tell me, ladies and gentlemen, what you are telling, what you are replying to that problem, is it something correct answer or wrong answer? Is it right number or wrong number? You're dialing the wrong number always. You're always dialing the wrong number. Because you're telling what? When you go to wedding, now you're waiting for meal time. You can see there's a lot in the buffet. Are you happy or not? At that moment, you are not happy, because once you separate the plate that you own, what you have, right? Once you separate out from that buffet to your plate, then you're happy, because now it belongs to you. When you're waiting for something to get delivered from Amazon, then are you happy or are you okay? Are you not okay? The moment that you're longing for that delivery, you okay? We can see if it get delayed, what will happen? You will thank to delivery person's mother and father as well sometimes. Isn't it? That means, if I ask you, why do you suffer? I suffer because of what? Because of the delivery person didn't appear. Are you giving the right answer or wrong answer? I mean, this is a very simple equation, then we can find it out. What is the problem we have, ladies and gentlemen?
Ignorance.
We have the ignorance. You are living in the darkness of the ignorance, but you don't know that you are living with ignorance. That's why I'm telling you, the more I realize, the more we go forward in this journey to experience the true nature of nature. The true nature of awareness. That experience itself is very joyful, ladies and gentlemen. What I am telling is something I feel. What I am telling is something I can attest you. This is something that I experience. I want you to experience it as well. When I was small, if somebody say, you can attain Nibbana, I said, what? What is Nibbana? Nirvana. Now I know Nibbana is bliss. Nibbana is the only bliss in this world. Do you know? You can achieve it as well. I don't know whether you know or not. Literally 5 years ago, I was very blind. I didn't know anything about it. I was in Australia and doing a PhD, not physics, but biochemistry. I was doing my PhD with my back then wife. She was also doing a PhD in analytical chemistry. We both are chemists. Every day afternoon, we come home to see some dramas from YouTube. You know, Sri Lankan dramas. We were so dumb those days. Reality TV shows. We think that they are real. And we watch that. Because we feel that they are real. Do you think those are real? Reality TV shows, are they truly real or? You know that, right? But when you enjoy it, do you feel it is real or fake? You feel it is real. One sudden day, I came across a talk on YouTube. That talk was around 4 hours, and that talk completely changed my life. upside down. We were listening to that talk. It was 4 hours. Whole night we were listening. It was 8 hours then. If we listened to twice. On that day, I realized the value of a teacher, because what Buddha has explained is something that nobody would be able to find by themselves alone, without a teacher, without a guidance. I have to say, dear ladies and gentlemen, this is something that you have to come with this journey. This is a journey that it's not the goal is joyful, but this journey is also joyful. More you get clearer and clearer and clearer about the reality, more you feel the joy. This is the ultimate happiness. This is the unconditional happiness. This is the true happiness that you have been looking for. You want to be happy, isn't it? See? Do you want to be happy all? Yes. Are you satisfied with your life or no?
No.
You know, some companies, they say 100% satisfaction guaranteed. I don't think. If 100% satisfied, you won't go to that company again. Because if you are 100% satisfied, then you are done. Can you be 100% satisfied with eating a chocolate? Eating chocolate. How many kilos of chocolate do you need to be satisfied? 100%. Then after that, you don't need chocolate. A ton? 1,000 kilograms? Too much. Don't worry. Even you had 1,000 kilograms, if you didn't have for 6 months, after that, then you will crave again for what? Chocolate. How many times do you want to listen to music, songs, to feel that satisfaction? Are you thinking? You're thinking, right?
Yes.
You have to apply this. You have to go with your journey. You have to think about your life, what you are doing. Aren't you doing doom scrolling?
Yes.
Doom scrolling means when you take the phone and you do what? Swiping the... You're actually swiping the screen. You feel what? You're scrolling. What you're actually doing is what? Swiping the screen. Do you understand what my point? The more you do that, you feel what? Happy. After some time, you keep the phone back. And then, are you happy? Are you satisfied? You need it again. You need it again. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a problem here. You can't feel that satisfaction. No, nothing can satiate you. You always have this void. In your mind, there's a void. There's a vacuum. You're trying to fill it. You can't fulfill yourself. You have a sense that there's a vacuum, there's something wrong, something is missing, something is not there, something is that you have to do something. Don't you feel that? From day in and day out, ladies and gentlemen, what you are doing is trying to fill an empty bucket. But at the end, it does not even, you can proudly say, it does not even matter. Those days, when we were doing PhD, at our house, people get together. Have you played Monopoly? We played Monopoly. People get together and they divide the money, the money from the bank, 150, 1,150 or something, I can't remember now, equally divided into people, throughout the people, and then we started playing. We negotiate, we argue with each other. Sometimes even we rob the bank. So yes, sometimes when people are arguing, slowly some people are robbing the bank. Nobody knows it. They build houses, mansions. Negotiating for lands. I'll give 2 of this, and can you give me something? This. Then other people are scolding at them because why? Because now they are negotiating. Now what the other people have to, other might have to pay rent, higher rent when they come to that boxes. We felt suffering, anger. We hate each other sometimes. Even we fight each other. During that Monopoly game, you know what, after 4 to 5 hours, we put the money back into the board, wrap up the board, and we leave the house something that nothing happened. Looks like nothing happened. Ladies and gentlemen, we have wasted 6 hours, 5 hours of our lives for nothing. Don't you think that you are doing the same thing in larger scale? Please understand, Queen and the pawn goes back to the same box after the game. We all are in this trap, ladies and gentlemen. We don't know that we are in a trap. What do you think about a perfect trap? What is the characteristic of a perfect trap?
Can't get out of this.
No. A person who trapped in does not know that he is trapped.
That's a good one.
Buddha said, Sabbe putajjana ummantaka. All putajjanas are crazy. They don't know that they live in this deep, deep, dark hell. Ignorance. That's why he said, Ko nuhaso kima nando niccang pajjalite sati andakarena o nadda padipanna gavesata. When the world is ever ablaze, shrouded in the darkness, why this laughter, why this jubilation? Will you not see the light of wisdom? Ladies and gentlemen, this is the duty in your life, to find out the true meaning of the life. You know what? The purpose of the life is to find out the purpose of the life. But what you are doing is, rather than finding out the purpose of the life, you are doing so many things. You are playing the game, ladies and gentlemen. What you have to do is understand the rules and regulations of the game. Once you realize the rules and regulations of the game ends. You don't have to do it again. You don't have to play the game. This is a game that when you enter to that game, what you have to do is find out the rules and regulations of the game. What you are doing is playing the game. Because when you look around, all the people are playing the game. So what you did? Okay, let's play the game. Yes. You started playing it. You don't know that the game is to find out the rules and regulations. Do you all have a mind? Are you minding now? not mining. Minding. You all have a mind. Do you know about it?
Yes.
Do you know about the mind? Have you studied about your mind? Or have you studied about everything except about the mind? You have studied all the things in the world except the mind. The problem is, that is the instrument that you use to measure everything. You are using an instrument to measure what is going on in the outside, but you don't know how the instrument is functioning. This is what happened to you. This is why you are ignorant. This is why you are suffering. This is why mental pressure is there, ladies and gentlemen. This is the reason. This is the very reason the mental pressure is there. Mental pressure is there because of what? Ignorance. If you get rid of the ignorance, there's no mental pressure. Do you understand this point? Mental vexation, the torment, mental torment, pressure that you experience is truly depends on what? The ignorance. Ignorance about that moment. You can't understand what's going on. You have no idea what is going on, what is happening. Can I show you something? Ignorant. Can you see me or not? The people who covered that you can't see me. Can you see me or not? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, I can't see you. That is the difference between you and me. Can you hear my voice or not?
Yes.
I can't hear your voice. Can you see my shape or not? I can't see your shape. But you feel that you sense everything, isn't it? Can you see me? Yes. What this gentleman sees is also you, madam, also sees, right? How about you, sir? You also experience the same person.
Yeah.
That is truly because of ignorance. I can prove with science. Don't worry. After, when you go out, right, you won't experience this again because you are living with people like you. So you will go back to the same world. But when you are inside this room, you will experience something different to the outside world. If you follow me, if you think, if you reflect what I explain, what the point that I want to convey to you, the point that I wanted to get across to you. Okay? Are you ready? I'm going to show you what is ignorance. We have a tissue. Thank you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, object is in the outside, isn't it? Let's take this pen. There's an object in the outside, that is the pen. This is your eye, your beautiful eye. And there's a brain. And there's a mind. What mind experiencing? What mind is experiencing so this is the experience, right? Pen, right? This is what you experience, right? Do you agree that? Do you agree with this? When I show you this, you experience as a pen, right? Agree? After light has come and excited these electrons, and then it has to come down to the ground level. Don't worry, I'm not doing chemistry class here, right? There's an emission spectrum. The light rays are emitting from this reaction, whatever that happens here. Do you understand that? Then that light ray is coming to here, that comes through the lens, and in the retina, what it actually does is whatever the light energy is converting to an electric impulse. Do you understand that? What is a solar panel? What is the function of a solar panel?
Light into energy.
Light energy to electrical energy. Okay. Don't you think this is a solar panel then? Don't think that what you see is what is on the eye retina. Eye retina doesn't know any colors. Eye retina is converting whatever the energy that comes in to an electrical impulse. Got it? That impulse is going to the brain through the nerve system, and that is converting to something that mind can perceive. Ladies and gentlemen, what are the things that mind can perceive? Mind can't perceive electrical impulses. Mind can perceive colors. Can you see colors? Before recognizing this pen, what do you see? If I put this pen in the background of white color, then would you be able to see the pen? No, because it's camouflaged, right? Of the same color. If it is same color and same color in the background, would you be able to find out that there's a pen? No. That means what you experience right now is colors, isn't it? You are experiencing colors, ladies and gentlemen. When you open your eyes, what you experience, what you experience is colors.
And shape.
Then shape.
Yeah.
Because colors define the shape. I'm not talking about the name that you have given, red, white. No. I'm talking about the experience now. Right now you have that colors, right? These colors are generating this image in the mind. Can you understand this?
But here, Bhante, the electrical impulses get converted into what kind of energy? What energy is this?
Color is also an energy.
Okay.
Mind is also an energy, ladies and gentlemen. Mind is not an entity.
So light energy, electrical
energy,
impulses
and then mind energy. It is very finest level of aggregation. This is densely aggregated, this is also densely aggregated. And electrical energy is lightly aggregated and more lighter. Aggregation level is so fine. That is what you experience right now. This is your minds. Ability to do something is called energy, isn't it? What is the definition of energy? An ability to do something. Okay. Ability to think is also something doing, right? Okay. What is? Where does the thinking happens? Who thinks?
mind.
Mind. Okay. Then thinking is also what? A process. That should be also what? Energy-driven process.
But where is that particular thing called mind? Like we know where is the brain is here and eyes are here. Where is that particular thing? Mind is located in the brain or whatever. Where is that mind?
The question itself is wrong. That is the problem. Because when what you are asking is something from a mind, isn't it?
Yeah, but there must be a mind.
The mind perceives the locations.
Okay.
A space and time is something created in the mind. Now you are asking, where's the mind?
In space and time?
You sense space and time. It's a creation. Okay, don't know. We'll come to that point. It's like you are using a detector. Detector detects the places. Where is it? Then you are asking, where's the detector?
But there must be some place for the detector, no?
That's because you are still using a detector to sense a space. Wait. I'll solve this puzzle. Ladies and gentlemen, now what happened? Whatever the creation that happens in the mind is colorful, isn't it? Can you see this? Isn't it colorful? Yes or no? Yes, this is so colorful. Okay. If I take this image to a table and this whatever that this is there in the object to a table, do you think these are identical twins?
No.
What you think is they are identical twins.
Who is a colorblind person? If you give it to a colorblind person.
Do you understand what I'm saying? You think what you experience is what exists outside. What exists in the outside, ladies and gentlemen. You have an understanding that what you experience is something that exists in the outside. You think that what you experience, this is the object and this is the experience. Object is 100% identical to the experience. This is how you feel. This is how you sense. True or not?
True.
That's because of ignorance. Ladies and gentlemen, that is because of ignorance. That you have no idea what's going on here.
Question is that who is ignorant?
Not who. That mind is ignorant. The mind that experience itself is ignorant. not who. Right? Are we all clear so far? No. So far? You don't have to find out the reason. I just wanted to convey to you. I will explain that why it is not identical, right? Yeah. But I haven't explained that part. But I want you to understand that this and this, you have an idea, it's identical. But I am telling to you, no. You haven't experienced the outside world.
But what is the real shape and color of this? Forget about this part.
This part?
This one, you forget about this part. That part.
What is the real shape and...
What is the real position, what is the real color, what is the real shape of this?
Let's see.
There's nothing real.
Okay. Have you studied chemistry? Sodium chloride?
Sorry.
Sodium chloride, do you know what is sodium chloride? Salt. Okay. Shall I erase for a moment?
Our experience is gone. He embraced it.
Okay, try to understand this. This is very interesting. What is the quality of the sodium? It's an explosive metal. When you put into water, it explodes. This is something grade 10 science. So if you remember, don't worry. So I am now teaching you. Okay. Chlorine has the capacity. It has the quality of bleach. It's a bleach. There's a bleaching quality. It's a bleach, chlorine. So, is it an explosive bleach? Is it an explosive bleach? No. Why?
No energy.
It should be, isn't it? When sodium and chlorine come together, still you have same sodium is there, same chlorine is there. Now they are contributing each other. The amount of electrons, protons, neutrons here and here are same, isn't it? This side of the equation and this side of the equation should be balanced. Remember your chemistry teacher? That means, ladies and gentlemen, what you have in there is always here. What is the difference here? Rearranged. There's a difference in the arrangement, isn't it? But ingredients are same. Do you understand that point? The same number of electrons, protons is there. Electrons, protons, neutrons are there in this side of the equation and this side of the equation. But in a different arrangement, it creates a different effect. What is that effect? Okay, salt is then an effect, isn't it? Same ingredients are there, but when it arranged in a different way, it creates what? When it mixed, arranged in a different way, then it creates what? A different effect. Different strokes for different folks. It's always good to mix things up. Remember Ratatouille, that movie, when that I can't remember that mouse name.
Remy.
Remy? Bimi, right? When he mixed that cheese and the mushroom. Do you remember that on the top of that roof, right? When he had part of the cheese and part of the mushroom, then he was experiencing what?
Strawberry.
Strawberry. Yes, something like that. Remember? Okay. That means, ladies and gentlemen, when things get mixed, it creates a completely different effect to the causes. That means, ladies and gentlemen, here I am presenting to you that when cause 1, cause 2, cause 3 mix together, it creates a completely different effect to the causes. But what you have in there, same thing. Burger is an effect, but what do you have in there?
It's the same.
Same bun, same patty and lettuce and cheese. When you arrange in a way, then you call it what? Burger. Is there a burger in a burger? This sounds like what? Burger in a burger? Yes, of course, Swami. No, the burger should be there. No, I'm asking. You are referring to a burger because of the effect that you experience. But I'm asking, what is there? Do you think there's a burger there? What you experience is the effect. An incident is incident and the effect is effect. After the incident, effect comes with. Effect is not the incident. You can't find salt from sodium metal. You can't find salt from chlorine. Like the way you can't find colors from object, because there are so many causes have contributed to bring these colors into the mind. Don't think that the light rays are colorful. Ladies and gentlemen, when you see light, then you experience colors, because that is also an effect that you experience. Your mind is only an effect.
Dependently originated.
Dependently originated. That means it's not originally. It's not original. It's independent. It's not independent, ladies and gentlemen. It's independent. Always. Whatever that you sense, whatever that you have experienced throughout your life is an effect of what is happening. This is the effect. This is the colors. These are the colors that you experience. This is the object. Cause 1 is the object. Cause 1 is the sunlight, whatever the light. And cause 3 is your brain. Let's say I'm taking out your brain. Would you be able to see things? No. I'm taking out your eye. Would you be able to see me? No. I'm taking out your neurons. I'm going to plug your eye center. I'm going to rearrange your neurons. Eye center neurons with your auditory center. Then you will start to experience sound. You will start to experience colors from sound. You know, that's why some people, when they have drugs, they say what?
I see the music.
I see music. You know, because of the drug, the system got jammed. Because of the sound, eye center is also stimulating. That's why they say, you have experienced this. When somebody somebody slap you or something, like when you were small, if your father hit you, then what happened? You see white stars. Remember?
Even in the cartoons.
Even in the cartoons, you would be able to experience these white stars. From where does that stars happen? Where does that stars? Where are the stars? Do you think that they are there in the outside to see the stars? No. In the mind, it happens, it manifests. That means what you experience as colors are not actually exist in the outside. Oh my God, what the hell is that? Yes. What you experience is not what I experience. We all are living in separate world, but we feel that we are living in same world, in the same world. We are living in separate worlds, ladies and gentlemen, even though we don't feel it because we are ignorant. We are rooted in deep, dark ignorance that we don't understand the concept that Buddha found, theory of cause and effect.
So in the grand scheme of things, Bhante, there is no solid object. I mean, go down to the minutest level. There must be something very solid at the end of it all. Or there is nothing called solid.
No, there's a solid object.
Yeah, but at the end, like the object that you see, is also a combination of factors.
Yeah.
Take the factor out, that is a combination of factors.
Whatever the object that you experience, there's no solid there.
What is this, as far as that part is concerned, what is a solid thing? Is it solid or is it also compound?
No, baby, I'll explain. This is the funny thing. Don't think that there's nothing. Right? If I throw this away to you, then what will happen? It will hit you. Then you will find, Swaminasa, there's something then. Yes, there's something. But there's no thing that what you experience. There's no such thing that the way that you experience.
But that something is also interdependently oriented.
Yeah. That is the nature of the world. That means, ladies and gentlemen, electrons, protons, neutrons gathered. There's a gathering here. There's a meeting. There's a meeting here.
We are gathered.
You are also a meeting.
Bunch of atoms.
Yes, that's what. Here, there's an aggregation of energy, ladies and gentlemen. This aggregation is too dense. It's densely packed, closely packed. This is an arrangement. This arrangement is condensed, densely packed energy. Similarly, your body is also what? Densely packed, aggregated energy. Can you understand? Can you see me? People who are seated in the back, you can stand up if you want.
So, Bhante, so I guess it's the same for the, so far we're talking about sight. So it'll be the same for sound. I mean, whatever energy is there,
You're
through the
so
whole
clear.
process.
You're so clear.
And then there's taste, same thing, so
Yes.
yeah. The only thing I can't get is the mind, because I have 6 sense doors, so I can get the 5 sense doors are from outside. But the mind, sense door, I can't quite fit into this model.
Because you think your memories are there.
Mind objects.
They are also mind objects. We'll come to that point. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is something very you have to pay close attention here, right? None of these electrons, protons, neutrons are colorful. These electrons, protons, neutrons are forming pigments. These pigments absorb light energy. That light energy is not colors. There are no colors in the light. There's no colors in the pigment. There's no colors in the emission light. There's no colors in the eye. There's no colors in the retina. There's no colors in the brain. There's no colors in the neurons. Colors are what you have been experiencing in your mind. That's an effect due to causes. Burger is an effect. What is out there is not the burger that you see. This is densely packed energy. Then what is this? Same thing. Is there a difference between this and this? If that is the case, would you be able to find out any difference between this and this? Get rid of the colors? Outside object? No. This is also a bunch of atoms. This is also a bunch of atoms. This is also an aggregation of energy. This is also an aggregation of energy. That means, ladies and gentlemen, whatever that you have been accumulating and you have been taking to your home, right now, what are the colors of them, those objects? What is the color of your cushion? Do you have a cushion at your house? Do you have a bed? Do you have a room? Do you have walls at your house? What is the color of that wall? White? Is it white? I'm talking about the outside one. When you go there, it shows you white. Do you understand my point? This support for the purple color perception. This aggregation support for the orange color perception. This aggregation support for the white color perception. I'm not telling that there's no difference between, there's no difference in an aggregation in here. But same particles arranged in a different way. Have you seen birds, when birds flying in the sky, they create different shapes? They create different shapes, isn't it? When they create different shapes, right? I mean, the same bird is now moving to somewhere else and create another shape, right? Do you think that birds have an agenda to create that shape? Do they talk each other and get right? Okay. Do they talk each other and arrange? Okay, you go there, move, come. Do you think that they talk each other, and because that you are seeing, you are watching at it, you are looking at it, so we have to show them some different shapes. That's why we are changing this arrangement.
Like circus animals.
Huh?
Like circus animals.
Like circus animals. Do you think that they do that? No. They arrange in different ways according to the causes. But you are the one who is seeing them and giving some ideas. That's apple shape. That's a shoe. That's a banana. That's a dolphin. Likewise, different shapes are there in this world, ladies and gentlemen. You are the one who is giving what? Names and explanations for these shapes. Now, can we all come to agreement then? You are not seeing really what's in the outside. This, whatever the object and what you experience is not identical.
So there is a physical object and there is a mental object.
Yes, physical object is there, that is aggregation of energy. Mental object is also what? Let's see. Mental object is also, ladies and gentlemen, aggregation. Aggregation. Now think. When you focus on the tip, Can you focus on the barrel? When you sense a pen, are you sensing all together? Or in your mind you have to collect all the data and create a story?
Create a story.
That means, ladies and gentlemen, from bottom to top, what you are doing is perceiving, this color, and you are the one who is connecting those dots and creating a story. What?
It's a movie making machine.
Yes, you are a you are a movie making machine. You are a then you create what? Perception of a pen. That perception itself is an aggregation of small fragment of perceptions.
Bante, as an example, some people are known to train monkeys,
Yes. Yes.
or dogs. So they use the same method. There is a pen, number of times they try to superimpose that, the perception slowly gets developed, aggregated. So that's how they realize and they recognize.
Yes.
This is pen. Slowly they start talking to the dog. Everything is, yes. Please continue.
Yes. So that's good. You gave me an example.
Bhante, there is another related question on this. Deeper than what appears on the surface. Okay, everything is an aggregation, both at the physical level and at the mental level. That is agreed and that is understood. But if you go down to the smallest of constituents, let's say a pen is a combination of hydrocarbons and hydrogen, oxygen and nitrogen. So go down to the hydrogen level. Hydrogen is also a combination of da. Something else is a combination of da. You go down and down to the last elemental level. What is there inside?
I think you're searching for something.
No. No. This is because you have an idea. There should be something there.
You're searching for something. In the ignorance.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's why Buddha said skandhas are there. Skandhas means what? What is the meaning of mass? Gathering, meeting, gathering, mass. What do we call mass? This is a mass, right?
Combination.
This is a formation. This is a composition. It's not something one. It's a composition, an aggregation. If you take this, that is also aggregation. This is also aggregation. If you take the tip or part of the tip atom, that is also an aggregation. And if you take the smallest electron as well, that is also an aggregation.
But what is not an aggregation?
There's no something called not an aggregation, because energy is being aggregated. It's free energy is being aggregated.
See, we are so used to form, solid,
So that's
solidity. So
I think-
once you see in the bright sunshine a speck of light and the particles dancing in that ray of light, one of the particles, Buddha says, if you divide it into 7 parts, and then each part if you divide it into 2, that is emptiness. So form is basically emptiness, and emptiness is form.
Emptiness does not mean, sir, it's nothing, but emptiness means no thing.
Yes. I'm very clear.
Nothing means nothing.
Yes.
No
It is-
thing means what?
It is no thing as such.
There is no solidity.
Thing means what? Things. You really like to find things, isn't it? Huh? You want to always have something. You want to see some things. I want to experience a different thing. That's because you are ignorant. Because everything and anything and then some always are same. It's not different things existing. The ladies and gentlemen, these are all what? Same energy. You know, after doing 35 years of my career, after learning, I think 15 or 16 years chemistry, when I went to the monastery, then I realized there's no elements in the periodic table. Do you understand the point? There are no elements in the periodic table. Elements means what? Entities. Ladies and gentlemen, we have to come out of this entity-based thinking, because we feel truly there are entities. Things. You can't come out of it because you feel it. You sense it. You have a feeling, no, but Bhante, there should be something there. That's why you're asking that.
I'm asking because, I believe that there are elements like earth, water, fire and space. Where do they play their role, And then also, Buddha in one of his sermons said there is something of 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃.
Yeah.
𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃.
Yeah.
So which means that in the nature of things, there are some original building blocks of these kind of objects.
We can say it's energy, but we can say at the same time, when he say that 4 qualities, earth, water, fire, space, these are what you experience.
They don't exist.
Don't you feel solid? Solidity is where? Not earth. You have a feeling. You have a feeling solid.
What is exist?
Huh?
What is exist?
That question is wrong. What is exist? No. There's a process. There's a process of flowing energy. Right? I can explain to you that when there's a fan, when it rotates, you can see a plane, isn't it? One plate, right? But actually what is there is what? 4 wings and rotating, right? What you're asking is, where does that plate exist?
In your mind.
That plate is not there, it's a process. All electrons, protons, neutrons and everything, ladies and gentlemen, that you experienced in your mind are what? Processes.
And then one thing like an ice cube, you can see all 4 elements in there.
Yeah.
It's a process.
Because Buddha didn't talk about, when Buddha explains everything, Buddha treated to the minds. Because Buddha didn't explain, let's say like this, for simply. Have you all experienced the outside? No. What you have experienced is what you experienced.
Yeah.
Got it? Don't you feel fire? Don't you feel the temperature? Feeling. Don't you feel solid? That's a feeling. Don't you feel air, space? That's a feeling.
So the elements.
Don't you feel the flowness? Yeah.
So the elements are also not something outside.
That's because you think that you are seeing the outside. That's why you have the problem that you are trying to find something in the outside.
So our looking is wrong actually.
Yes. When I close my eyes and wiggle this eyeball, I can see that you are dancing. Right? Are you dancing? No. Huh? You're shaking. Why you're going here and there? Why are you moving here and there? No, you're not doing anything. This is the image that it's happening, it's creating, it's being made within my mind that I experience as what? Ladies and gentlemen, dog believes what dog sees exists in the outside. You believe what you see exists in the outside. The problem here is dog can't see 3 colors. He can only see red and blue. Red and blue, yes. He can't see green.
All animals, this is true for all animals or only dogs?
We don't know whether they can see red and blue, right? But the thing is, scientists have found they have only 2 types of cells that can sense different frequencies. As a result of that, scientists know, okay, they might have seeing different to the way that we see. We can't. Can you give your experience to me? Can you prove me, right, that you have seen a dream yesterday? No. Can you give me your pain when there's a toothache? No, right? You can't share that pain, right? That means, ladies and gentlemen, what your mind experiences, you can't share with anyone at all. You have to understand this. It's not something that we have. We are living in this deep darkness because we don't know that. We think that we are living in this world like. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the problem. Mind doesn't know what happens to the mind, what is happening in the mind. As a result of that, mind falls for its own illusion. There's an illusionist. That illusionist doesn't know he is an illusionist. Now he thinks what he feels is really there. As a result of that, now mind start to experience, that illusionist start to experience what? Reality. But in that reality, what it feels, what it senses is what? An illusion. Illusion. So don't think that nothing is there in the outside, okay? I didn't say that.
Yeah.
Don't come to nihilism. This is not nihilism. I didn't say there's nothing. There's an aggregation of energy. Everywhere you can see aggregation of energies. These energies are triggering colors, sound, sight, sound, taste, smell, and thoughts in your mind. I'll come to your answer.
But since Dante, let's say in science they say that energy can neither be created nor destroyed. So which means if everything is energy, then there is no death.
What you are saying is true. That's why Buddha say. That's what Buddha meant.
Okay.
Death is something that you experience because of the ignorance.
Yeah.
There's no death in a person. There's no death because you have a feeling, this entity-based thinking. As a result of that, you feel that person lived.
Your inherent nature never dies.
The person never lived.
There's no person to live, ladies, and that's why it says there's no I. It doesn't mean that there's no I, right? There's a sense of a self because of the ignorance. There's a sense of entities. There's a sense of entities exist. It's because of the ignorance that you get the sense. When you get rid of the ignorance, that sense that create that sense that create an entity. It's not entity. It's a sense of an entity. What is the chief? Who is the head of the sense of an entity? Me. You have a feeling that me, I, myself. You have a feeling that you are you. And I am a separate person and you are a separate person.
Because of I see you.
Because of I and I see you, then I love you. And I say goodbye to you.
Yeah.
But when I say goodbye to you, actually what I am doing is,
I take my
I am saying goodbye to me.
myself.
This is so funny, right? And did you understand this? If you understand this, then you will understand this. I mean, if you come with me, if you crack open this box, then you will understand what I am saying. Nobody can love anybody. Because everybody is our bodies.
But that is very subtle to understand that when you get rid of the ignorance, then who is the chief? Chief is gone too. So when chief is gone, how does that entity carry on with day-to-day work? So it doesn't.
There's no entity to carry on day-to-day work, but day-to-day work has been carried out.
That aspect is very, very subtle.
Now you're trying to understand how Arihatun Wahanse feels. Let's go this journey, and then there you will understand how he do that. How he does that work, you can experience it when you go through the journey. What we are trying to do is, we are trying to get the glimpse of how an enlightened person experience. No.
Yeah. I mean, we are using that lens of I to see the world.
Yes.
Is it ever possible to get through the lens out of the dustbin? Is it possible? Not possible.
And this is the process of getting it out. Because sense of self happens in the mind because of the ignorance. When mind is ignorant about the mind itself, as a result of that, it created that sense of self, an entity feeling. You have a feeling that there's an entity. Don't you feel that you are an entity, and that entity came to this room like 1 or 2 hours ago, and that entity is now living there, and entity is looking at this entity, and this entity is keep speaking the whatever that thing, and you are listening to that entity's sound, and you are seeing that entity's colors, you are seeing that entity's movements. You can't smell this entity now, right? This is what you feel, ladies and gentlemen. But the funny thing is, your body and my body are actually an aggregation of energy. Air is also an aggregation of energy. This air is also an aggregation of energy. This is lightly aggregated, your body is densely aggregated. That means we both are like 2 ice cubes in water. Water is also made out of what?
Energy.
Water. Ice cubes are also made out of what? Water. There's no difference between you and me. When you realize there's no difference between you and me, I become you, you become me. This is where you can experience the oneness. Because of that ignorance in the mind, ladies and gentlemen, we experience that we all are separate living beings. We are not separate living beings. Your mind is keep telling you that you are a separate being and I am a separate being. No, 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 no. That's utter fallacy. That is the spell that you have been enchanted. And I am the exorcist. I am doing the exorcism to get rid of that evil spirit, evil idea that you have. Don't worry. You have this, you don't know that you have it. You are living with a monster. The monster keeps telling you that, no, you are you. Swamin Wahanse. Bhante is Bhante and I am me. You know that when you separate out this as an entity, then you start to experience, you know what? When you separate out this as a separate thing in your mind, then you start to experience there are things that like this thing. There are things that does not, it's not like that thing. When you separate out this thing as an entity, there are similar things and there are non-similar things. Do you understand that point?
Yes.
When you separate out yourself, there are similar people like you, there are not similar people like you. If you get rid of that similar people and not similar people, what do you have there? You. Do you familiar with this kind of question here?
Yeah.
Where? Sri Lankans?
Mind the Mango question.
This is the mind Thero asked from 𝗘𝗏𝗁𝗵𝗕𝗃, King 𝗘𝗏𝗁𝗵𝗕. What is this? He pointed a tree and he asked, what is that tree? The King 𝗘𝗏𝗁𝗵𝗕 replied to him, that is a mango tree. Then he said, is there a similar mango trees to this tree? Yes, Swamin Wahanse, there are similar mango trees to this tree. There are so many trees in this jungle that is similar to this. Is there a non-similar things to this tree? Yes, there are so many things. If you get rid of the similar things and non-similar things, what do you have there? This tree. Now can you understand the profound teaching that he delivered to that 𝗘𝗏𝗁𝗵𝗕, the King 𝗘𝗏𝗁𝗵𝗕. You are also 𝗘𝗏𝗁𝗵𝗕. You are running after New Zealand dollars. I am the same Mahinda Thero. My name is Mahinda. You are small 𝗘𝗏𝗁𝗵𝗕s. You are running after entities, and I am telling you, there is no entity. Think. The entity-based thinking, we have to come out of this. We have to understand that everything is same. What you have experienced is an experience. This is an effect. It keeps happening. Yes, madam.
Okay. For a small kid in a cot, they don't have any of these sensory organs activating and no memory. He's still a baby who's drinking mother's milk. But why still after, let's say, like the baby's died after 3 months, why he cannot attain Nibbana? Why is he again born?
Because madam, even when you were born, this ignorance is installed in that software. The baby, even though baby doesn't perceive the colors with names, baby still feel the colors.
Potentiality there, no?
Baby can distinguish the difference between this and this. Baby doesn't know this is white, this is can you see orange or red? Alright. Who knows what your orange is, my orange? Baby can distinguish this and this, right? But he doesn't know that this is white and this is orange, because baby doesn't. The mom has to feed that idea to that baby, and after that he says, orange. But your orange is not my orange. We can't share that orange that we both experiences.
This is slightly difficult to perceive. You said one thing, that we are all the same, like you and me are the same, me and he are the same. Then why his orange is not my orange? It is the same.
No. I'm talking about the body.
Yeah.
It's same, but that effect that you experience, experience are different. Actually, there's no difference there as well. Okay. It's same thing, but the thing is, the effect is different. Okay. Effect is different. Effect feels are different.
So let's say, for example, there are 5 Aradhana Wahanse. Oranges are the same for all Aradhana Wahanse?
Aradhana Wahanse is, you mean enlightened one? Enlightened one knows that the ignorance. And enlightened one doesn't feel that ignorance. They don't have that ignorance. Because of that, they don't feel a separation between themselves. Like they feel that every minds are minds. Every feelings are feelings. That means your feeling and my feeling are same feelings.
The basic constituents are the same.
But different arrangements. Yes, same energy but different arrangement.
Example, in a class the teacher delivers the same script, same content. There are 50 students. They all take part in that, fully concentrated. The effect is all different. When you ask them outside, each one will tell you a different story about what the teacher taught. So the same thing, the effect, the cause is same.
But different
The
effect.
is different.
Yes. Effect is different because there are different arrangement.
Yes.
And different angles.
Different angles.
Positions.
Yes. Now, what happened there, ladies and gentlemen? Now, because of this, that you can't see the outside, right? You don't know, because of the ignorance in the mind start to experience this entity. It's a sense. Because of this sense, suffering is generated. Mental pressure is generated because of this sense. You can see, I am suffering. Isn't it? I am suffering. Suffering is not because of suffering. Suffering is because of I am. Suffering is not because of the cake. Suffering is not because of the mom. Suffering is not because of the dad. Suffering is not because of anything that you name. Suffering is because of what?
I take
I
over the
am.
suffering. I take over the suffering.
I am. There's a sense of entity, which is a fallacy. You have to just understand, there's no entities here. Ladies and gentlemen, get rid of what we have discussed. Think about this. Is it a pen or is it an aggregation of atoms? Get rid of all the things that we discussed. Think about these photos. Is there a photo? Is there an aggregation of colors? Molecules. All these are aggregations. There's no entities. When you realize that there are skandhas, there are aggregations, ladies and gentlemen, that thinking, the thinking that to come out from that entity-based thinking, right? You realize, more you realize there are aggregations that you come out from this sense, the false sense of entity. It's a false sense of entity, ladies and gentlemen. It's not an entity. Simply, if I say, there's no I here, but there's a sense of a I. There's a sense of I. There's a sense. There's no I. But you feel, when you feel that sense, you feel what? I. Try to get this. You have no idea. What you have to understand is there's a sense of me. It's not me. Because what is the mind's job?
It's to create a me.
To sense. What is the functionality of the mind? What does mind do? Sensing. It's the business of sensing. Sensing business. Agree? Agree? Do you feel something that does not sense? That doesn't sense? You always want to make sense, right? Something makes sense or something make not sense. Make sense. You only know. Do you know? Do you all have a car? Where's the car now?
Over there.
How do you know that?
Maybe.
I'm asking right now. Do you have a car? No. Have you seen have you checked it with CCTV? No. Then what you know is what sense to you. You have a memory that it was parked there. That's why now you recall the memory and you are saying, yes, car should be there. But the thing is, ladies and gentlemen, when you go there, you won't be able to see the car. Sorry. When you hear, you won't be able to see the car.
These people will disappear now.
Ah,
Check the car
Or insured.
This is the thing. You won't be able to sense a car in here. When you go there, then the sensing car happens.
Bhante, just one related question on this. I can't stop asking. Sorry about this. If the mind is there to make sense of an I, is it possible for the mind to not to make a sense of I?
Yes.
Yes.
When mind realizes. That's what you are doing. When you come here, when you realize it, when you understand that, more you understand, more you practice this.
So this is a mind to be trained in the art of feeling that there is no I existing outside.
Outside or inside, there's no entity.
Okay.
You don't have to get rid of I because there's no I to get rid of. You just have to understand there's no entities. That's why Buddha said, always you have to look at, in the Buddha's textbook you will find out these things, ladies and gentlemen, but you won't feel it in that way. Buddha explained that even though you feel this body as one thing, this body is not a one thing. It's not one thing. It's this eyes, brain, blah blah. And he explained this.
Why does he say that?
It's skandhas. Skandha means what?
But Bhante,
Aggregations.
But Bhante, Buddha has also said that drop the mind. So what does it mean by dropping the mind? Which mind?
Drop the mind?
Drop the mind. Which means drop the conventional mind?
I can't understand what you mean. So, sorry.
𝗘𝗃𝗻𝗧, like he said, us to let go even our mind. When we train and we understand 𝗃𝗃𝗻𝗧, and then after that.
Yeah, let go means that you are letting go of this entity-based thinking.
Oh, but that's
You are dropping the false mind.
False mind. That's why you can still, after you attain in Nibbana, you can eat, you can drink, you can go, you can move. Buddha lived a normal life. You are only cleansing the latter part, the ignorant part. The process, the defilement process, that is the process that you have to get rid of. You can keep the sensing business. You have to just get rid of the entity-based thinking, entity-based sensing. That's why we have to use this, what? 𝗃𝗗𝗏𝗁 𝗵𝗂𝗐 මග්ගෝ සත්තානං විසුද්ධියා ශෝක පරිදේවනං සමතික්කමාය දුක්ඛ දෝමනස්සානං අත්තංගමාය ඥායස්ස අධිගමාය චත්තාරෝ සතිපට්ඨානාති. You have to experience, you have to see kaya as kaya. You have to perceive the kaya as kaya. In the Sinhala, what is the meaning of jana kaya?
Kaya is body, right?
Kaya is body, not the body. Body has another meaning as well, isn't it?
Yeah, body of water is like.
Body of water.
I think Janakaya means like a gathering.
Janakaya means what?
Gathering of
people.
Yeah.
Okay, what is your body then?
Gathering of mass. Of
Gathering, mass, aggregation. What is this kaya?
Aggregation.
There is also aggregation. This is also meeting for purpose. That is the purpose is the pen. This is a meeting. It's a tissue meeting.
What's the purpose of us?
Do you realize this? There's no purpose. That will come to the end when you go. But you have to find the purpose. Purpose of your mind is to find out what is that purpose of this mind. That's why I told you. In this journey, it's very joyful. Because more you go deeper and deeper, you see, oh my God, this is what we have been doing so far. When you realize that death is something, a false sense, that entity is it a false sense or is it something real? It's a false sense, this entity, because everywhere you can see aggregation. Do you all agree with that? Do you agree with that? Even that cushion is also not an entity. This wall, can you see the bricks? Is it a wall or is it an entity? Huh? Is it one bar of the wood, right? Is it one thing or is it aggregation of cells? Aggregation of cells.
Trees, entity.
Trees, entity? No. Aggregation of cells.
Aggregation of earth.
You are a bunch of
Weird.
cells and aggregation of cells.
What's an entity?
There's no entity. More you go deeper and deeper and deeper, you won't be able to find out entities, because that's why now quantum scientists have found that mass is an excitation of energy. Mass is an excitation of Higgs boson field. They are excitations. They are not entities. These are not fixed, ladies and gentlemen. I don't have much time to explain this. So there are so many things. We go deeper and deeper, you will find out so many interesting things.
The whole earth is a composition.
Whole earth. You know, that's why when you pass away, what happened to you? Your body?
Just become the earth.
Decompose. That means, ladies and gentlemen, prior to decompose, what is happening there? Composing. Have you composing a music? There's a composing a music. Likewise. Now what happens? Composing a body. That's why you feed. You eat. When you eat carrot, it becomes your part of your body. When you want to have good color, skin color, you have to eat carrot. That means carrot becomes your skin. When you pass away, that skin becomes again a carrot. Then what is the carrot and what is you?
Circle of life.
Do you remember that when we learn the frog's life cycle? Eggs, tadpole, and we call 𝗵𝗵𝗵 in singular, and then the frog. The egg is there an egg, fixed egg, or it is becoming tadpole always? It's becoming, it's on a flow, it's not fixed, it's moving, it's a flow. This is the cycle.
Like the seed, sprout,
Yes,
the branches,
yes,
flowers, blossoming, fruit, the whole cycle
yes,
keeps
Chicken.
going on and on.
yes.
Chicken egg.
Yes, it's a cycle. It keeps
Small
moving.
chicken.
Huh?
An egg.
Which came first, chicken or egg?
Neither.
Neither. Because why? It's a cycle. Because chicken is not chicken, egg is not egg.
I think these are all state of where we prefer.
We are the one who referring to that state, but that state is not state because it's in a constantly move. That means you are not you. In this moment you is not this moment you is not this moment you is this moment you is this moment you is not this moment you. Because why? Youing. You understand that? Present continuous tense we use ing form. You are not you, it's youing. We can simply say you are being. You are not done. You are not X done. Simon done. You are Simon being Simon.
Dancing and singing.
Dancing and
Which means
singing.
one thing, our whole conventional language system
is based.
Flawed system.
Yes. That's why Buddha said, try to understand the inner wisdom through these words, because words can't explain this.
Words are also created.
Words are also created in conventional world to negotiate with people. Because what is the first word that you learn?
I.
See? When you hear I, then you feel, yes, it's me.
So entity-fied language.
All the languages are based on what? Entity feeling. It's a utter fallacy. It's a fraud. It's the spell that you have been enchanted. And when you are living in this world, actually what you are doing is you are reiterating that process to keep updating, upgrading. You keep updating that. Yes, of course, you are you, you are you, you are you. When people call your name, yes, I exist. I mean, you are in a quest to find the existence.
Like artificial intelligence is an iteration. So natural intelligence is also an iteration.
Yes, like Bitcoin. Bitcoin is there where the mining works. The mining has to be there to keep the Bitcoin up. Likewise, right? There should be minds mining the entity-based thinking to keep the ignorance in this world. We all are farms of ignorance. We want to come out of this. If we want to come out of this, now it's time. It's high time, ladies and gentlemen. It's high time. It's enough now. You have to start this journey. If you haven't started this journey, you have to start this journey, because I have started this journey. Look at me. I'm enjoying myself. I have nothing. I'm traveling around the world. I'm traveling around the countries, but I have nothing, a single penny with me.
I have a question, Bhante. How do you, as for Buddha, there's a domain of demons which are quite powerful, and the demons, the more skill sets you have, they come to test you and also come to spoil your samadhi. So how does one look into that aspect? Because you seem to be more advanced, much more advanced than we are, very small from that perspective.
That's why you always need a teacher.
Oh yes, I understand.
Because when that comes, when lust strikes on me, I always seek that guidance from my teacher in this journey. That's when fear comes to me, when anger comes to me, when stress came to me, I seek that guidance from my teacher. As a result of that, what happens? Teacher always explain the Dhamma, explain the phenomena. More I realize it, then I start to experience, oh, this is how it works. That's why Buddha has to do the Mara fight, demon fight with demons by himself. We don't have to do that because we have teachers. Buddha did by himself, but we don't have to do alone. That's why Sangha Gana Sobhana. Sangha means what? Sangha means everybody, association of the noble friends. You need that association, ladies and gentlemen. You have to put your mind, embed your mind, drown your mind into the deep water that you have, what? Noble association. Then and then only you can cleanse it. It's like, gold plating. The teacher can plate gold on that ring, imitation ring. That's right, nothing else. It's only the noble association. I can attest you. I can attest you that. I can confirm you 100%. It's only the noble association that changed my life. It's not by myself. I can't do this. No way. To realize this, that what I sense is not what exists in the outside. Do you think that? Do you think that I can understand by myself by reading the Buddhist textbook? No way. You need the support from a teacher. That's why, ladies and gentlemen, the lineage of that teachers transferred that wisdom through generations and generations. Because of their effort, because of their hard work, because of the work that they have done throughout these 2,500 years. That's why we receive this. Okay, then what is the duty of us?
To use it.
No.
Wisdom.
To transfer this wisdom to people. Because you have to attain Nibbana, ladies and gentlemen. If we failed to transfer this wisdom through generations, then I will be the last person who have this. Then what happens?
Yeah, but I guess...
then we all have to wait until another Buddha to come to explain this again.
Yeah, but Bhante, if we don't use, what you're transferring might be faulty.
No. When you're transferring, you have to use it. Otherwise, you can't.
First use and then transfer.
No. When I'm explaining, I'm also practicing.
Yeah.
Right? When you're listening, you're also practicing. That means when you're transferring, you're using it. Right? You have to sense it, otherwise you can't transfer it.
Bhante, please clarify this.
Then give me 1 second.
Sure.
Then it will be a knowledge. Knowledge and realization are two different things. You have to use realize to realize. You have to open, you have to awake that closed realize to realize. Real eyes, not these eyes. Yes, sir? Sorry.
Sorry, I forget things very fast. Sorry for that. That's my problem. Both of you monks are here. So many of us, at times, we feel, I need to propagate this Dhamma to somebody. So they find the near and dear ones. Wife says, I don't want to hear, forget about it. Kids say that, hang on, we are into new generation thing. This is pretty old stuff. So that quest to propagate the Dhamma, at times we listen to the Bhantes, we read a lot of things, some of us do, and contemplate. What I am coming to the point is, please correct me if I am wrong, it is one of the sutras talks about that we have trillions of selves in us who look to us, what do you think? We think the same, we are at your command. But when we cultivate, if you cultivate from the point of view of trying to ensure their Buddhahood, then one can always teach them. By teaching them, you teach yourself. Trying to find the answers, you try to talk to the Kalyana Mitras or Noble Association or the Bhantes. The solution Buddha always comes out with that approach. So if one can teach those trillions of cells within themselves, then there is an absolute alignment. One fine day, the blossoming happens in terms of the enlightenment. One would think that way. And what do you think? Maybe later on, if you can clarify that, that would be great.
My simple answer is that that's what I feel. Bhante. There's a nice saying. When the student is ready, teacher appears, right? And it also works with the other opposite way. When the teacher is ready, student appears. Because we all have done these perfections. When you're ready to deliver this, then people will come after you to get this, because you don't have to go after them. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because there are people who you are going, but people will come to you.
I'm talking about within oneself.
Within
One
oneself.
has trillions of cells. So they also look up to you that...
Yes. That means teacher has to be ready. That means what? Teacher has to be ready means what?
True.
Teacher has to be ready means you have to convince yourself that what you're doing is what you're right, you're going through the right direction, and your experience is the Nibbana when you contemplate. That is what you have to understand. When you realize it, when you experience it, then you're ready. That means you haven't attained Nibbana, right? But you're practicing it. You're going through that journey. That's why, ladies and gentlemen, when we get onto the flight, I always reflect and I always determine that, and I have a wish that people who wanted to understand this Dhamma and who have done these perfections before, who have met Buddhas before, they should come and get maximum out of us. Because this is something that you have to do in your life. You have to do this. This is the only thing that you have to do as a human being. Fight for Nibbana. Fight for your liberation. Liberation happens within. Liberation happens by understanding yourself. When you crave, don't go and eat what you want. More you feed what you want, you are delving deeper into the ignorance jungle of ignorance. Answer is, you have to go back through that river to find out where the river begins. You have to find the place that where the river begins. That is the place that where the river should end. Even though you put a dam, if river is flowing, there's a limit that dam can hold. That's why, ladies and gentlemen, we have to find out, we have to go through this river to the top to find out this spring, that suffering is the fountain, it's coming out, right? It's because of the ignorance, it's because of this false sense of entity. False sense of entity experience false sense of death, false sense of decay, false sense of what? All the experiences that you have been experiencing, you are experiencing a false sense of that. Things that happens that I don't like, things that happen that I get what I don't want, right? I get what I want. These are the senses, these are the experiences, these are the feelings. They are false. They are there because of this mother. This is the mother. Father of this mother is what? Ignorance. That's why Buddha said, Mataram Pitarang Hantva Raja no 𝗘𝗃𝗲𝗿. You have to kill the mother and father. Not the mother and father, but the mother and father of your ignorance father. The ignorance is that father. Attachment is the mother. Attachment does not mean, ladies and gentlemen, the attachment that you experience. How long we have, sir?
I think we are now coming to
the end, right? Yes. Yeah, see, I have so many things.
But are you...
Wait. Ignorance. Attachment happens in the mind because of the ignorance. When Buddha explained about attachment, that attachment is not what you think as attachment. You are thinking an attachment of what? I attach to my people, I attach to my mom, I attach to my husband, I attach to my children, I attach to cake, I attach to spaghetti, pizza, kottu, whatever, you name it, everything. But that is not the attachment Buddha referred to. Buddha referred to the deep, deep, deep attachment to experience an entity. Ladies and gentlemen, in your mind you have an attachment to experience an entity.
Attachment to effects.
Attachment to experience an entity. Because of that, you suffer. Because there's no entity. Then you go crazy. That mind go crazy and create an artificial sense of what? Entity. That's what happens within, in the deeper. That's why Buddha said, 𝗘𝗃𝗿𝗆 mind goes crazy. Mind goes beyond the limit of that pressure. That's why it creates an artificial sense of entity, and it is now happy because now what? Yes, I felt an entity. I experienced an entity. Okay, jolly good. This is happiness you feel. Happiness you experience. Always. Not happiness. That is the reduction of pressure.